Locking up. All right. I'll go to the gas station, get my breakfast, get a couple waters for Will and me, and then we're gonna go pick up Will, and then we're gonna start the day. Before I leave, I need to check on this customer, see if she added her card on file last night. If she did, we will do her yard today. Yep, she saved her card on file. All right, awesome. Let's go. Let's convert this to a job. All right, she is added to the schedule here. Now, she loved waking up and getting ready to leave, and then you've already got to put another customer on the schedule. You gotta love that. Let's get it. All right, y'all, so me and Will, we knocked out, we added on a new customer, and then we pushed up a yard from yesterday. We knocked out 7 yards today, but including drive time, I'm gonna pay him for 5 hours. You know, I feel like he said some guys are paying like 13 an hour, but they pay them like only time on the job or something like that he's worked for around here. And I'm like, man, no, I was like, you get paid drive time too. That's kind of how this works. You don't just, you know, pay them the time that you drop the gate to the time that the gate goes up. He's still going to be with me in the passenger seat, you know what I'm saying? Will got to try out the edger, and he said he's never had to use a dedicated edger before. He's always used the trimmer. I said, no problem. As you can see in the video, he's very inexperienced with the edger, but I told him that's okay because I am too. I said, we'll both get good at it as we go. The thing about the edger is the way he was using it was kind of like the weed eater. He was kind of tilting it, you know what I mean? I said, try to think of that blade. And he was also trying not to let it make any noise. Like when it hits the concrete, you know, it makes kind of a noise. And I was like, don't worry about that. I was like, as long as you're not sitting there chopping the concrete, like you kind of want it next to the concrete, so that lets you know where it's at. I was like, you want that blade to be up and down. I was like, just imagine that in your head as you're going. He got better as he went, but it was a very good day. A lot of my yards that I've done by myself, he's cutting the time in half. I mean, absolutely, we're killing it, getting after it. He did do the yard that I have to push mow. I let him push mow it. The yard was very overgrown. He went ahead and did that while I mowed the front and edged the front end. As we go, I'm sure he'll get better with edging, as I will too, but I kind of have an idea of how it works, and I kind of think about that as I go. My Tuesday routes are very, very dense, and I like having it that way, especially when I got help and he's shaving off 20-25 minutes off each property. When we got through the first 4 properties and I looked down and he had only been with me for like an hour and a half, like some yards we were getting done in like 18 minutes, you know what I mean? And I was like, holy crap, what is going on here? And I was like, dang. I was like, we may be able to push Wednesday's yards up to the day, you know what I mean? But he needed to go back, be home with his wife or something, and his kid. And I was like, that's okay. I was like, we did 2 yards more than I had scheduled for today anyway. I can go and I can do my maintenance work on the mower. And then I think my dad is wanting to come down and see my son finally. He's finally off today. He's supposedly he's gotten a guy that will work for him like 8 weeks out of the year, which will give him vacation time. He's got a guy that I guess retired from doing it himself. Now he's like, you know, if you need any time for vacation, and I guess they come to an agreement and signed kind of a contract deal. So my dad has vacation time now, which is awesome. I think the next step for him is to hire somebody full-time, but at least now he has some weeks during the year off. You know, I told him, I was like, I'm about to turn off the comments, and I'm about to start me a Discord channel or something, some kind of place where we can hang out and people can type to each other completely for free, because, you know, I'm not dealing with the YouTube. I'm not in this for the YouTube game. I'm not in this for the let's make content out of this. Like, when I give advice, it's advice I'm giving from experience that I've had or that I'm learning from somebody else. That's all advice is. All these people on the internet, all it is advice that they've heard from somewhere else or somebody's gave to them, and they are just regurgitating that and putting their own spin on it, okay? Most of the time, or they're just regurgitating it, and it's coming from their voice. Somebody may connect with me better than, you know, Brian or Spencer's Lawn Care or whoever. It's whoever you vibe with, you find your tribe, you like the way that I speak, you like watching my stuff or learning from me. That's kind of how this works. It's not like, oh, you haven't been in the lawn care business for 10 to 15 years, so you can't give advice on X. Well, no, I've been in the pressure washing business for 5 years. I kind of know what burnout is, and burnout's not this new thing. It doesn't just pertain to lawn care. Burnout applies to anything and everything. Burnout can apply to a 9-to-5 job. Burnout can apply to anything. Burnout can apply to a relationship. Burnout can apply to anything, going to the gym, anything in your life. I know a lot of these guys, and they want the reaction. They're trying to get under my skin. And, you know, sometimes it does work, and I guess I got to work on that, or I'm just going to turn off comments. Heck with them. I don't need them. It's cool commenting back to you guys, but I may make a Discord channel where you have to have a verified phone number to join it. You know, that may be what I have to do in order to take people's comments, or if they want to go there and talk about stuff, and we could just have a place to hang out. It's got voice chat and everything. It's completely free. You know, let me know what you think about that. This video will have the comments turned on. Comment what you think about that below. I don't have the mental bandwidth to deal with somebody, and they think because they've been mowing yards for the past 20 years solo that they can just tell me that because I haven't done that I can't make YouTube videos. Hell with them. And a good thing about the Discord channel will be they join there, they comment something, they're banned. Guess what? They can't use the same phone number. They can't just go make a new YouTube channel and come comment again. Let me know what you think about that. You guys may get videos earlier than normal, or my normal schedule that I said, but I'll see you guys later.